Dive right in with a trio of riddles to get your mind gears grinding. Ready? Here it goes. Our first riddle is something often seen, seldom thought about. It's a common object, yet it holds a mystery. The riddle is, what has keys but can't open locks? Interesting, isn't it? Might be thinking about a keychain with a broken key, or maybe a secret code. But remember, the best riddles often have answers hidden in plain sight. So take a moment, let your mind wander a bit. Have you got your answer? The answer to our first warm-up riddle is a piano. Yes, a piano has keys, but it can't open a lock. Fascinating, isn't it? Well done if you got that right. Now moving on to second riddle. What is so fragile that saying its name breaks it? Give it a thought. This one requires you to think outside the box. Got your answer? The solution to this riddle is silence. Saying silence breaks the silence itself. Intriguing, isn't it? Finally, our third riddle. I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released, and yet I am used by almost every person. What am I? Take a moment to ponder. Figured it out? The answer is a pencil. The lead in a pencil is taken from a mine, wooden case is the outer layer of the pencil, and of course it's used by almost everyone. 3 riddles down, well done if you solved them all. Now, brace yourself for the next one. Are you prepared for a dash of enigma? Here comes the second riddle. Take a breath, declutter your thoughts, and let's plunge into the mystery lying ahead. This puzzle is a level up from the first, introducing a notch more difficulty to make the game fascinating. Ready to unravel the riddle? Let's kickstart. Here it is. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? An intriguing inquiry, right? It's neither a mystical creature from a fantasy tale, nor an extraterrestrial being from an unknown universe. It's something much closer, something you've surely come across before. But what could it possibly be? This conundrum is a testament to how the simplest things can often be the most baffling. It's a gentle reminder that at times we need to transcend the obvious, surpass the physical, and delve into the abstract, the intangible. Ready for more? Here comes the third riddle. I fly without wings, I cry without eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I? Quite a mind-boggler, isn't it? It's something that's always there, yet always fleeting. Eager for more? Well, here's the fourth riddle to crack. The more of me you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? A simple question that often leaves even the smartest minds stumped. Still not had enough? Here's our fifth riddle. What begins and has no end? What is the ending of all that begins? This riddle challenges you to think beyond the realm, the physical, and ponder upon the philosophical. Now, what speaks without a mouth, cries without eyes, flies without wings, and comes alive with the wind? Take a moment to mull over, allow your mind to drift, let your imagination soar. Remember, there's no hurry. The beauty of riddles lies in the journey of solving them, not just the destination. Are you ready for the answers? Here they are. An echo for the first, a cloud for the second, footsteps for the third, and time for the fourth riddle. Fascinating, right? How elementary yet tricky these riddles can be. Our surroundings are packed with mysteries and puzzles awaiting to be decoded. But for now, let's steer into our next brain teaser, where reason takes over the reins. Stay connected, keep those thinking gears grinding, as we continue this thrilling voyage into the world of riddles. Scene script. Time for a logical twist. Get ready for our third riddle. We're about to enter a realm where reason rules and rationality reigns. Picture this. You stumble upon a house with 2 doors. Intriguing, isn't it? One door is a gateway to freedom, a passage to the world you know and love. The other door, however, leads to certain doom. Now let's move on to our fourth riddle. Picture an old town with a barber. This barber shaves all those, and only those, who do not shave themselves. So, does the barber shave himself? Consider this and reveal the answer shortly. Let's spice things up with our fifth riddle. You stand at a fork in the road. Next to each of the 2 forks, there stands a guard. One guard always tells the truth and the other always lies. You don't know which guard is which. You may ask one question to find out the way to your destination. What question would you ask? Finally, let's test your logical prowess with our 6th riddle. A father and son have a car accident and are both badly hurt. They both are taken to separate hospitals. When the boy is taken in for an operation, the surgeon says, "I cannot do the surgery because this is my son." How is this possible? Now back to our 3rd riddle. Here's the catch. Each is guarded by a sentry. One guard is an honest soul, always telling the truth. The other guard, though, is a compulsive liar, incapable of uttering a single truth. The caveat? You don't know which guard is which. You're allowed to ask just one question to decide your fate. The question that will reveal the door to freedom. What's your move? What would you ask? Take a moment to ponder. Alright, have you got your questions ready? Here's the solution. You would ask one guard what the other guard would say is the door to freedom. Why this question, you might ask? Well, let's break it down. If you're speaking to the truthful guard, he would tell you that the lying guard would point you to the door of doom. On the other hand, if you're speaking to the lying guard, he would falsely claim that the truthful guard would also direct you to the door of doom. So regardless of who you ask, both guards will point to the same door, the door of doom. All you need to do then is choose the opposite door, the one they didn't point to, and voila, you found your path to freedom. A bit of logic can go a long way, can't it? So, the next time you encounter two guarded doors, you'll know exactly what to ask. But remember, not all riddles can be solved with logic alone. Some require a touch of creativity, a dash of intuition. So, we will get back to the solutions to the other 3 riddles in the next episode. Stay tuned for our next riddle, where we'll bend your mind in ways you'd never expect. Buckle up, here comes our mind-bending 4th riddle. Now this one is going to require a little more thought. It's a riddle that has stumped many a mind before, so don't worry if you find yourself scratching your head. Let's dive right in. I am taken from a mine and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released, and yet I am used by almost every person. What am I? Take a moment to mull it over. Moving on now, let's grapple with our 5th riddle. I am filled with keys, but open any doors. What am I? Ponder over it. It's more straightforward than it seems. Next up, here's riddle number 6. I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I? This one is truly thought-provoking, isn't it? And finally, brace yourself for the 7th riddle. What goes up and down but never moves? Delve deep into your thoughts to figure this one. Let's break down our initial riddle now. The first part of the riddle says, I am taken from a mine. What could that mean? There are many things that come from a mine after all. It could be a mineral, a gem, or even coal. Next it says, and shut up in a wooden case from which I am never released. Now this is where it gets a bit more complicated. What could be trapped in a wooden case yet still be used? And finally the last part says, and yet I am used by almost every person. This suggests that whatever it is, it's something common, something we all use in our everyday lives. Let's put it all together now. What is taken from a mine, trapped in a wooden case, and yet used by almost everyone? Give yourself a moment to think. Have you figured it out yet? Answer to this mind bender is a pencil lead. Yes, that's right, the lead of a pencil is mined, encased in wood, and despite never leaving its wooden case, is used by almost everyone. Now that we have solved the 4th riddle, stay tuned for the solutions to the remaining 3 riddles. They certainly aren't easy, but remember the joy of riddles lies in the challenge they present. So take a deep breath, pat yourself on the back for giving it your best shot, and let's move on to unlock the answers to our final riddles. Here we are at the ultimate test, our first of 5 final riddles. The moment has arrived, the culmination of our journey through the labyrinth of the mind. Brace yourself because these ones are not for the faint-hearted. Let's start with the first riddle. There's something that appears once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years. Can you figure out what it is? I'll give you a hint. It's not a physical object, nor is it an event or a happening. It's not a concept or idea either. It's something much more common, something we use every day, yet rarely give a second thought. It's hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. The answer is the letter M. Next, moving on to our second riddle. Imagine you're in a room with no windows, doors, or any, and the room is filling with water. What do? This riddle tests your practicality and creativity. The answer you ask? Stop imagining. Now, on to our third riddle. This one tests your ability to see the obvious. What has keys but can't open locks? The answer is a piano. A simple yet profound riddle, a testament to beauty of riddles. And for the 4th riddle. What has a heart that doesn't beat? This riddle tests your understanding of metaphors and similarities. The answer is an artichoke. Finally, we've arrived at last riddle. What word in the English language does the following? The first 2 letters signify a male. The first 3 letters signify a female. The first 4 letters a great man, while the entire word signifies a great woman. What is the word? This riddle tests your command of the English language. The answer is heroin. Congratulations, you solved these. You are indeed a riddle master. If you didn't, don't worry. Riddles are all about exercising the mind, and you've done plenty of that today. Until next time, keep those gears turning. Remember, the beauty of riddles lies not in the answers, but in the journey of discovery. So whether you solve these riddles or not, you've taken a step forward in your journey of intellectual exploration. As we part ways, remember to keep your mind open, your thoughts flexible, and your curiosity alive. Until our cross again in the labyrinth of riddles, happy puzzling.